Hello everyone and welcome back to the Googly Bushcraft channel. Okay, so I'm just out skiing for the day. I wanted to check out a couple of spots for potential ice hole fishing sites and also get out and enjoy the spring weather. So my preferred method for getting around in these kind of conditions, you can see behind me maybe, he says spilling his tea. So short backcountry skis. There are some advantages of snowshoes, as if you're going somewhere rocky and undulating terrain with lots of obstacles. But if you want to cover distance, skis is the way to go. And really what I think might actually work better for me is Finnish forest skis. But yeah, I don't have access to any of those, so we're gonna have to work with what we've got. So Salomon X Adventure. So they don't make these anymore. They're short and they're fat, so they're quite good for downhills. The bindings we have to be a bit careful with because we can't replace them. I have fixed a few of these in the past. We've got a few of them with not the original pins. But yeah, I mean, it's quite strange how I know so much more about knives than I do about things like skis. I'm all geeky about knives, but realistically, when it comes to wilderness travel in the winter, skis make a much bigger difference. You know, and sleeping bags as well. Good pair of skis, good pair of sleeping bag, good pair of sleeping bags. Well, if it's really cold, I suppose. Yeah, good skis, good sleeping bag, and yeah, as if you've just got a motor clipper, you'll be fine. So here we have the skiing trail. You can see how that's been groomed with the machine. Not sure how far I'm going to follow this. It gives me a nice surface for skiing on, but I'd kind of rather be down there and closer to the river. Much nicer, away from the ski trail. So the river's just over there, and what I'm doing is I'm going to have a little bit of a scout round and look for potential ice hole fishing spots. This river is quite shallow, there's a few deeper bits, and yeah, if I'm taking the guide's ice hole fishing, maybe the best place is on the lake. It's just I want to catch trout. And I think they'd be happy with just pike. So in the lake there's more fish, in the river just nicer fish. Now I've got a nice little camping spot just over that hill on a lovely little lake, and where I'm heading to now it's another lake off in that direction. The problem with fishing in these lakes is they're all quite shallow, and this time of year we've got round about a metre of ice, and it doesn't leave very much room for the fish. So quite often all you get is a few very, very small little perch, and that's it. Lots of willow grouse activity over here. I've not got any footage of those. Might be quite a good place to put my trail camera. But then again, it is a little bit out of the way for coming and checking on it. That's water. Okay, so that's a sign that we're going to have to start being a little bit more careful with with ice thickness again. Yeah, so there are places in Lapland where the water runs so fast that it doesn't actually freeze over. But those places are pretty few and far between. It's a long time since I've seen running water like that. Yeah, so it's April soon, in just, I think is it the 28th, 29th of March? And it's been very, very warm recently. So yeah, summer is coming. So I've headed north. Well, I've crossed the ski trail, then headed north to Pahtajarvi. Now I'm heading south to Pahtajarvi, which is just down this windy little valley. The audio's gonna be awful. Oh no! Absolutely fabulous place this is. But don't come here in the summer. There's breeding birds here that don't want to be disturbed. So the lavoo in the summertime is closed. Okay, so this is a lavoo. Not to be confused with a lavoo. A lavoo is a Finnish open shelter. These are run by the Ministry of Forestry. They provide firewood and as I said, lovely location. A lavoo is a Sami teepee basically, and this is where we are, Pahtajarvi, and there's already a fire. We've already got a fire, but there's no harm in making a few feather sticks for the next person. And because I am all geeky about knives, I'm going to show you what I'm using. So this is Roselli. So Finnish company, of course. They also make axes. So the knife is new, at least to me. And so I don't really have much experience of it, but the brand, my Finnish friends seem to have quite mixed opinions. But so far what I've found is it takes a really nice edge and it's very comfortable in the hand. So only a little thing. So the axes they make a very small axe, and I've used them quite a bit. And again, people here have quite mixed opinions about them. But I think that they punch above their weight. They're great for taking branches off, and they're really good for splitting. They've got a very abrupt angle, which means that if you've got a piece of wood, if it bites, it pops. They're really good for splitting when they do bite, but they have a tendency to bounce because the angle's so abrupt. For hiking, I think they're quite good because they do punch above their weight, and they are very light. To be honest, I prefer my little cold steel Trailhawk for a fraction of the price. And they are quite similar to my little, you might have seen my little Kelikoski axe, little tiny thing. They've got a similar blade profile to that, as in pretty abrupt, maybe even more so. But yeah, I think the axes are okay. I do prefer the tomahawk, or at least something that's not quite so abrupt in the edge. But this little knife seems pretty damn good. So with most Finnish knife sheaths, you've either got 2 pieces of leather that are stitched up the sides, or 1 piece that's stitched up the back. What Roselli do is they have 2 pieces, but the front piece they make a little bit bigger at the top, and they stitch it up the back there, which gives you pretty good retention where this is, and plenty of room for the plastic insert in there. I'm not sure about those kind of belt loops. I don't really trust those. But yeah, absolute pleasure to make feather sticks with. To be honest, to split down the logs to make the feather sticks, I used the Mora clipper that I'm carrying in my bag, because this is maybe, I don't know, I don't trust this for strength as much as I do a Mora clipper, because I've used them so much in the past. The tang doesn't come through the end really. I think with the rat tail tang, if it's about 3/4, that's pretty much the same. You know, it's quarter tangs that tend to want to pop out the top. But yeah, I don't think this is a good knife for heavy use. But for little skiing trips, for getting out and about, and, you know, as if you're doing anything where you've got an axe, maybe even a Roselli axe, then absolutely fine. I think this is called the carpenter's knife in English. I'm not 100% too sure. By the way, that little thing there, yeah, when I got it, there was a hole in the sheath where somebody had cut the leather. Yeah, so I just put a couple of stitches in that. So it did come in quite tatty condition. These knives are expensive, so you know, I got mine second hand and quite heavily used and quite cheap. So, after saying that it shouldn't all be about knives, I go and show you me knife. Yeah, really great for making feather sticks, that thing. So, Rose Bay Willow Herb Tea with a bit of honey. Lovely sunny day. And a nice little fire, which I've added a bit of wood to, but now I'll let it die again, and I'll get my skis back on and carry on. It's just occurred to me that the last time I spent the night in that little lavu over there, it was -30. Now it's probably above 0. And beneath the ice, beneath my feet, it's also above 0. So I'd better not hang around, had I? Uh-oh. I'm heading back by the ski trail, and I'll just leave you with that view of Puukko. So the rest of the ski trail's quite boring. I've already been seeing a couple of people. 2 people, would you believe it? Well, that's all I've got for you today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't done already. And I'm nearly on 2,000 subscribers, so please get all of your friends to subscribe as well. So I live over there on the side of that hill, and yeah, I'm going to go home, get something to eat, and I'll see you all again soon for another Bushcraft video. Bye for now.